Now we're moving on to one of the most powerful features in WordPress full site editing, patterns. These are a key part of working with block themes and will make your design process faster and easier. They are also tied in with templates in many cases, so it's important to learn about both patterns and templates so that you can fully harness the power of WordPress. So what exactly is a pattern? A pattern is a ready-made section of a web page built using blocks. Instead of building everything from scratch every time, you can simply insert a pattern and then customize it to fit your needs. Think of it as a pre-designed layout that you can quickly drop into your page, but you can still modify certain aspects. Here's a simple example to make it clear. Normally, you might add a heading, then a paragraph, and then a button, and then you'll spend time styling everything. With patterns, you can skip all of that and just insert something like a hero section that already includes those elements, and it's designed and arranged for you. Patterns are built using blocks, just like everything else in the WordPress editor, but they come pre-arranged and styled. Once you insert a pattern, you can edit everything inside it, just like regular blocks, and it becomes part of your page. The important thing to remember is that patterns are not locked. You have full control to customize them however you want. There tends to be a lot of confusion between patterns and templates, so let's clarify this. Patterns are reusable sections. You insert them into pages or templates, and then you can edit them each time you use them. So patterns are part of a page. Templates, on the other hand, control the layout of the entire page and can affect multiple pages at once. So templates define the whole page structure. A simple way to remember is this: patterns are parts, templates are the whole. Patterns matter because they speed up your design process, especially when building multiple pages. They'll help you create professional-looking layouts without needing advanced skills. They encourage consistency across your site, and they reduce the need for custom coding. In short, patterns are pre-designed sections made of blocks that you can insert and customize to quickly build parts of your web page. Now let's clear up another important distinction: patterns versus template part patterns. First, we have regular patterns. These are pre-designed sections made of blocks. You can insert them inside of pages or even inside templates. Common examples include things like a hero section, a call to action, or a 3-column layout. When you insert a regular pattern, it simply becomes a group of normal blocks. You can edit everything, and it's not connected to anything else unless you specifically make it synced. So the idea is patterns are just sections of a page. Now let's look at template part patterns. These are similar in that they're also made of blocks, but they're designed specifically for template parts, like headers and footers. You use them inside areas such as your site header, footer, or other reusable layout sections. Examples include a navigation header layout, a footer with columns and links, or a logo with a menu. Here's the important difference. When you insert a template part pattern, it becomes part of a reusable section that appears across your entire site. So if you edit it, those changes show everywhere that template part is used. To summarize, regular patterns are for page sections, template part patterns are for site-wide sections. Let's take a look at how we can add patterns into our project. We'll start off with the template part patterns. From my WordPress dashboard, I'll go to Appearance, Editor, and now I want to look at patterns, so I'm going to click Patterns. Depending on your theme, you will have preset patterns that come with the theme. So all of these patterns are something that have come with my theme. Now, over here on the left, you can see that there's a list of all of the patterns that are part of this theme. So we have quite a few. We have 48 separate patterns that are part of this theme. They've been grouped into categories to make them easier to see. We also have some patterns that appear at the top, and you can see that one section says all template parts, and there's two, the header and the footer. So on every single page of our website, we have a header and we have a footer. Let's go ahead and modify the footer. So I'm going to click footer. This is the footer that's currently being used. If I want to modify this pattern, I'll click on this, which is going to take me into what looks like a page editing location. And this is basically the area where we can modify the footer. So I'm going to completely change the way the footer looks. We'll go into document overview so we can easily see this. And you can see currently this is using a group, a row, and several paragraphs. So what I want to do is I want to augment this and customize it. We'll go ahead and we'll select this group, and I'm just going to come to the three dots here and we're going to duplicate it. So you can see I have two groups. Then what we're going to do is on this first group, I'm going to go into the right-hand pane. We'll go to Styles. We're going to change the text color to white, the background color to our dark teal, and then I'm going to control the content that is appearing on the page. Instead of having this row, I'm going to eliminate the row. So we'll just click on the three dots and delete this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a heading. We'll populate this with some text. You might notice that we can't see the text that we just wrote. And the reason why is because we made our default text color the same teal color. So I'm going to select the text. We'll come to the Style tab and go into text and change the text to white. I'm also going to center align the text. Then we'll hit return. I'm going to go ahead and write a paragraph. And I'm going to make these two elements appear a little bit closer together. So let me center align this text. I'll come into the dimension area and let's open padding and margin. You'll notice that these are set to 0, but there clearly is separation. So if you actually reduce the margin, you're going to see that the spacing shrinks up. I don't know why WordPress shows 0 when there is built-in margin, but let's select our heading. Let's go to dimensions margin and we'll make this 0 as well. And I'll turn on the padding and let's just make the padding 0. And now you can see that these are much closer in proximity, which is what we want. Then we're going to go ahead and insert a button. So I'll go ahead and hit return. I'm going to search for button. We'll add our button and we're going to change the text to say contact our experts. And then I want to change the styling on this particular button. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the item justification. We'll center this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the styles area. We'll change and make sure the text color is white. We're going to change the background and make it our same teal color. And then I'm going to add a border. So I'm going to come down here to border. We'll make the border white. And I'm going to increase that to 1 pixel. It's just going to be very thin. And in this case, I'm going to add more rounding onto the buttons that are in the footer. So we'll add rounding of about 40 pixels, which is going to make this more pill shaped. All right, that is looking better. I'm going to go back to the outline view and let's select our button. I'm going to go into margin and just make sure that the top and the bottom margin settings are set to 0 to make these a little bit snugger. And then I'll click on this little icon so that I can use size. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of margin on the top and the bottom to separate that out. So that is looking pretty good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the second group. We're going to change the background color of that, and this time we're going to use our golden yellow. We'll go ahead and we will delete the row by clicking the three dots and selecting delete from the contextual menu. And then we're just going to write a paragraph of text, and it's just going to say copyright 2026, and then we'll say all rights reserved. I'm going to select this text. We will center align it. We'll change this text color to be white. And then I'm going to go to font size, and we're going to make the font size much smaller. So I'm going to use the extra small size. And if you do want the font size to be something other than what you have in this drop-down menu, you can click on the custom size icon and you can reduce this down farther. So let's actually set that to be 12. So now I've customized this. The final thing I want to do is make this button go somewhere. So with this button selected, I'm going to click on my link, and we're going to have this go to our contact page. So we'll just link this to our contact page. I will hit save. And now if we go back out to the front end of WordPress and we refresh, you're going to see that any page that we visit, and it doesn't matter if this is a post page or one of our default pages, they will all have our new footer. So by changing this pattern is being used throughout our web project as the default footer. If I wanted to control the header, I could do the same thing by clicking on header and modifying this. So let's just add a logo to the left of the word Terra Diem. So I'm going to drill in, and you can see I have site title. I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign right here, and we will go ahead and search for logo. We're going to add a site logo, and I need to choose a logo because I have not specified that yet. So I will choose the logo. I'm going to open my media library. And the logo that I want to use is actually just an icon. So I have an SVG icon. This is my logo icon. I will select that. And the next thing I want to do is I want to control the placement. So I want this to be located next to the word Terra Diem. And the easiest way to do this is to go into your document overview. I'm going to drag this on top of the site title. And now what I need to do is I need to select both the site title and the site logo, and we're going to group these items together. You can easily do that by using the little menu right here and selecting group. This is going to group them. By default, that's going to stack them. But if we come over here to the right, we can go ahead and transform to row, which is going to place these side by side. And then the final thing I want to do is just simply shrink the size of this down. So I'm going to make this smaller. If you want to numerically control this, you can go ahead and type the value here. Now, for some reason, and this is a glitch inside of WordPress, as soon as you resize the logo, and I think this only pertains to SVGs, the logo will disappear in the template view. But if we save our page and we go back and we refresh, you're going to see that the logo is going to show up. Now it's not respecting the size, so I need to come back here and let's shrink this down. Maybe I just chose a size that was too big, so we'll make that 60. Let's save this now and give it a try. And that looks much better. So this is again a global change. Any page that I'm on will now display the logo up here in the header section. Now we have modified our header and our footer using the patterns section. This type of pattern, the template part patterns, are specific types of patterns that are used to build and customize reusable sections of your site's layout, such as header and footer. They sit right at the intersection of patterns and template parts. This can be a little confusing because we have other patterns that are dedicated patterns. The template part patterns, though, are these pre-designed layouts for reusable site sections. These exist because they help us to speed up building global site sections. They assist in keeping our design consistent and provide professional layouts instantly. When we create these template part patterns, they become regular blocks inside the template part. We'll be looking at the other patterns in our next exercise.